Don't say good morning to me. And I'm going to tell you why. I say this, and it's the one thing the YouTubers don't get. When you say good morning to me, I have flashback from my military days. Because it was never a good fucking morning. What's fucking good about it, Peña? You're the sorriest fucking cunt in this man's army. Then when I got to be an officer, you're the senior officers, and listen, man, wouldn't talk to me that way. Senior officers would say, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's this army coming to? A fucking brown bar means second lieutenant. Peña, are you a Mexican? You like me, Peña? Now, no matter what you say, you can't win. If you say you like him, you faggot! And back in those days, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, irrespective of what they say in 2016, it was not a good fucking thing to be a faggot in the military. And in Britain, a fag is somebody junior to you, and he goes and gets your fag, cigarettes. That's not what they're fucking talking about. So when you say good morning to me, I have flashbacks. So don't say good morning. And to the YouTubers, shows you how sensitive these people are. When I was running around going, loser, 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 the London Real idea is good. Brian QLA Rose's idea is good. But the practice of it, because you're all cunts, and the people that, 99% of the people that belong to it are cunts, what's good in theory isn't good in practice. High performance people don't up their peer group. In case you didn't fucking know. High performance people are eagles. They fly alone. They don't hang out. So the whole concept of that is the antithesis of what reality is. I can assure you, people like Ellison, Jobs, well, God rest his soul, Trump, Gates, don't hang out. They don't go to the sports bars and watch fucking whatever you do at a sports bar. Everybody know what a sports bar is? You know, they have the big TVs and shit like that. Okay. If your friends currently go to sports bars with you and laugh and fart and make jokes, that's where you are 25 years from now. And if you think any different, I don't care how much you try to increase your fucking peer group, that dog fucking doesn't hunt. And if you want to hunt with the big fucking dogs and pee in the goddamn tall grass, that's not what the fuck you do. And, you know, I can't say it. I can't be any more definitive about it. And this is the beginning of a week that will change, and not because it's a journey. That's my other pet peeve is, life isn't a fucking journey. Motherfucker. You know, a meander, like a river meanders. It goes like this. And why does it go like this? Because it goes until it hits something hard, and then a rock or something goes back the other way. And Andrew Carnegie and Napoleon Hill, who wrote about Andrew Carnegie, talked about it. You know, people meander through life because they just take the easiest, and that's what everybody does. And whether you're trying to up your fucking peer group or not, that's what the groups do. Because nobody in the peer group is going to say, you're a cunt. I don't want you back in this fucking group anymore. That's not going to happen. And that's why when we talk in the fourth day or fifth day, when we talk about the difference between mentors and mastermind groups, there's no comparison. Zero comparison between which one's more effective. And we're going to show you some statistics. A couple years old, but they're going to show you some statistics about. And this is a Trump exaggeration now. My good friend Donald. Here are mentors, and this is mastermind group. It's not quite that dramatic, but it's almost that dramatic. It's almost that dramatic. Last night you saw a number of things. He's not my friend, but Ballmer, former CEO of Microsoft. Now, does he look like he goes to the pubs and watches football matches, although he owns the, what do you call it, a basketball team now, but I'm not sure he's ever showed up to look at him. Now, he's a high-performance guy, and we're going to talk about the characteristics ad nauseum. And occasionally we have somebody in the audience who can actually see some of their own characteristics in some of these people. Not too often. Not too often. Now, you see we have a couple of active-duty military gentlemen in the seminar, and asked them to wear their uniform. I thank them for their service. What we're going to do is we're not going to go around and we're not going to tell your sob stories to YouTube. I just want your first name, where you're from, how old you are. That's it. No sob stories. First name only. Okay?
Kenneth, 20, from Texas.
Nuno, from Portugal, 46.
Sid, Colorado, 21.
James, Nashville, Tennessee, 23.
Zen, Australia, 21.
Jaron, South Dakota, 20.
Simon, Australia, 35.
Anthony Mahon, 33.
Daniel Barnes, Colombia.
Darren, London, 31.
Patrick, Winchester, 35.
That sounds kind of Patrick Winchester. Sounds like a proper name. Yeah, proper name. Too bad you're a cunt. Okay. Pardon?
Daniel Belfast, 42. Harold, Austria, 48.
You had a birthday since you sent your paperwork in.
I did.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Harold, 48, Austria.
Franklin, Los Angeles, 26.
Peter, 33, Germany.
Jeff, Australia, 45.
You had to think a minute, didn't you?
Sverige, 36, Norway.
As I told you last night, the demographics of this seminar and Dan Peña and QLA have changed in the last 10 years. It used to be 35 to 50, and now it's 15 to 30, early 30s for the most part, and as evidenced by how many kids in here are less than 30. And there's a few. That's about 60%, and then the other 40% are the rest of the ages. And why has that happened? As I mentioned last night, because there's so much information on YouTube now, you can really, not just YouTube, but the internet, that you can really get educated. And again, for the YouTubers and for the people that are here, 99.9% of all the people that have been assisted by QLA and its methodology, I've never met. Face fucked, link fucked, tweet fucked. I wouldn't know them if they came in here and shit on the floor. I wouldn't know. It's the 0.1% that I've actually interfaced with, and all that 0.1% are the guys that made the billions that are up on that wall. Now, I have to say, and I would be disingenuous if I didn't say, and it's also very self-serving, not one of the fucking billion guys or gals didn't I touch with my fucking hands like Jesus Christ himself or Allah. I touched every motherfucker of those. I laid my fucking hands on them. But there's plenty of guys that have made hundreds of millions that I didn't lay hands on. And one of the things, and when we talk about goals in the third and the fourth day, I want to be billionaire. That's my imitation of Romanians, because they all want to be billionaire. Then they get 10 million euros in the bank and they retire. 100%. 100%. Want to be billionaire. When I was growing up, I didn't know how many zeros there were in a million. People in East LA, where I came from, that was not on their mindset. Staying alive was more on their mindset. I told you yesterday, if you're an accountant, this will be harder for you. If you're an engineer, this will be harder for you. If you're a lawyer, this will be harder for you. If you're German, this will be harder for you. Austrian is a half-assed Nazi anyway, so it's about the same. And I call everybody. I mean, burqa bitch if you're Muslim. I insult everybody. I don't discriminate. I don't give a fuck if you're black, yellow, blue, purple, Muslim. Doesn't make a difference to me. As my daughter, God rest her soul, God love her, would say, my daddy treats everybody the same. He treats them like shit. But it works. Now, Donald, my time, I knew someday if I lived long enough, my time would come. My time is now. Because Donald Trump, which I don't agree, and I endorsed him quite a while ago, and I don't agree with everything he says, but he's morphing into a politician because it doesn't matter what the fuck you say. You say whatever it takes to get elected. In any country, it doesn't make it where the shit you are. And he is he's a classic example of showing that in America anyway, they're up to here with it. They can't stand it anymore. Otherwise, why would such an outrageous guy like him be where he is now? Either that or Americans are all fucking crazy, which that's a whole other story, but you have your own opinion about that. But I mean, the political correctness is a manifestation of that the world has no self-esteem anymore. I'm going to say it again. Political correctness is a manifestation showing that the world has no self-esteem anymore. When we talk about the differentiation between me and other guys, maybe my age, or that have come since me, generation since me, my father was an alpha male superstar, and all the guys that he got out of the military with in World War II were alpha male superstars. I didn't know anything different than alpha male superstars. I thought that's just how the guys were, as opposed to the cunts that you've been raised by. And whether I'm the father figure that you never had, which a lot of people say, I'm not trying to be your dad, believe me. And I call everybody kids because I'm either old enough to be your father or your grandfather. The kids today, the youth, and you're all youth to me, lack leadership. Lack leadership. And Jack Welch, who I have a great admiration for, who in my judgment is the greatest CEO, executive in the last 100 years, the former CEO of General Electric. And we're going to talk about his methodology, rank and yank. We rank you so we can fire the bottom. Rank and yank is not rocket science, but it's genius if you implement it. The problem is nobody wants to implement it because you've got an HR department telling you, HR, human resources, telling you that you shouldn't do it. YouTubers, we'll see you tonight. Bye. To learn more about this video and all my videos, you lazy cunts, click on this link below. Or you can go to my website, danpeña.com, and see all the fucking free material from the $50 billion man.